Yeah, that Nintendo Direct was cool and all, but where's the Pokemon information? Gen 8 is coming this year, is it not? Am I wrong? Were they lying?
Welcome to the Pokemon Direct. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
Oh, a Pokemon Direct. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do this. You know what Phil DeFranco was just saying? Let's just jump right into it. Now, Game Freak in the past has been known to not reveal everything right away. They'll put in sprinkles here and there for the whole year up until the game's release. So I'm suspecting that's exactly what we're going to get. Now, before this Direct, people were worried about Gen 8. They didn't know what to expect. They were worried that it was going to look a lot like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which would have been a scary thing to most. They were worried it's going to still have that simplistic style of the worlds, that the character designs were still going to be, like, extremely polished, and that there's not much to the story, that it was just going to be as basic as you can get. Well, it looks like in the Direct they proved us wrong and it's not going to look anything like Let's Go. The Direct starts with this sweeping cinematic shot of the whole world and it looks fantastic. Everything is three-dimensional and that's exactly what this franchise needed at this point, especially since it's going to be on the Switch from now on. We also get a first look at our characters and I'm happy to say we finally get normal-sized human beings. I suppose I've always had a problem with how our characters look because as a kid I always expected the characters in the game to look like the characters in the anime. Now obviously video game design wasn't quite there yet during the Game Boy and DS days, but yeah, I was never a fan of the huge heads on the tiny bodies. Gens 6 and 7 really got better with that, but it wasn't fully there yet. The heads were still a bit too big. And then in Let's Go was probably the closest. That is until Gen 8, of course. Our character reveals finally makes my inner child at peace with this. Next we get a few glimpses of how catching and battling will look. And it's what I thought it would look like. I didn't expect anything shocking from it. Next we get more shots of how the world looks. Now people were speculating before this Direct that Gen 8 will most likely be based off the UK. And from what I can tell, I think they're correct. I'm not exactly sure. They didn't explicitly confirm that or not during the Direct. Then we get to see our characters walk onto a soccer field. So yeah, I guess it's the UK then? So yeah, we see them walk onto a football field and then it cuts it right there. Now this is interesting for a couple reasons. I wonder if this means our character is a football player and has been playing soccer ever since they were very little. And if so, do they finally get the chance to play in some sort of big game at some point during their journey? All of that would imply that our character this time around finally gets some sort of a personality. Which personally for me, I would be okay with. I've been pretty tired with the fact that there's nothing to our characters really. Which I understand why. It's because we're supposed to be the character and I'm finally, yeah. I just see Nintendo do too much of that, you know? Like Mario doesn't say anything, Link doesn't say anything, every single Pokemon trainer we've been doesn't say anything, like it's just there's too much of it. Like, please finally give us someone that we can actually see like, oh, there's a personality. Then we get a look at the three new starters, Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. As far as starters go, I don't think that they're the best, but they're not necessarily the worst either. I also typically reserve all final judgments until I see what the final evolutions look like. And also what their second type might be. I do like how they all got their own little cinematic cutscene introductions. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the past whenever they would announce a new gen, we would usually just get still images of the starters, just to be like, here you go, this is all you get for now. You don't get to see them in action quite yet, no. So I really like how we get to see them interact with the world for a bit as their introduction. And of course we finally get the new titles for these games, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. It's truly a fascinating choice. We've gone from colors, to jewelry, to letters, to light bringers, and now we're on to weapons. You can really never tell what they're going to name the new generation, can you? But that being said, I do like the names. I think they're cool. Then we get to hear from the producer and director of these games. Mostly they just talk about how the team has been consistently working very hard on these games and to just get pumped for them when they come out. The director then shows us a full map of the region and announced that it is called the Galar Region. Now when it comes to the name of the lands, I typically don't expect much, and they've all typically been fine. Like, I've never hated a name of a region before, and that remains the case here. But going back to the map, I'm getting Sinnoh vibes from it. I don't know if I'm the only one, please let me know. But if that was the intention, then that makes me very happy because I do love Diamond and Pearl. Then the director talks about how you will be exploring the Galar region to battle gyms and become the champion. Now, before this direct, it was pretty unclear of how Gen 8 was going to work, solely because of Sun and Moon, because in those games you have to face these island trials and then take on the Pokemon League. Now, with that being said, I do like how they switched things up for a generation, but at the same time, I'm also glad that they're going back to their roots a bit for Sword and Shield. Then that's it. It was a pretty good direct, short, sweet, and to the point. Now, as I said before, I wasn't really expecting much from this direct, but I think they gave us enough info to get us really excited about this. But obviously, they're keeping a lot of things secret and close to the chest for now. Like, we don't know what the legendaries look like, we don't know what bad guy team organization we'll be facing, and we also don't know what type of new forms your Pokemon will be able to turn into. In X and Y we got Mega Evolutions, and in Sun and Moon we got Alolan forms. So the question remains, will they be doing something like that for Sword and Shield? Most likely. I'd be surprised if they didn't. But if they don't, I'd be fine with that. New forms of classic Pokemon isn't something that I clamor for. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to sub for more Nintendo related videos. I also filmed a Reggie video since he recently announced his retirement. I didn't like how the video came out. I'm thinking of refilming it and then posting it once he actually does retire in April. But let me know if you guys be interested in something like that. Also, I filmed a reaction video back a year ago now where I reacted to these fake Pokemon trailers that people came up with speculating what was going to be Gen 8. And then we got Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so that was cool. So yeah, I never really put up the video because right after I filmed the video, I started to suffer from burnout. But now that I'm back, I'm thinking of posting it. And would you guys want to see it? Don't know. Let me know. Also, I do feel like I should mention that I did something in that video that I've never done before in a YouTube video. So let's leave it there. So if you guys want to see it, it'll remain in the video. So if you want to see it, it'll be there. Off, man. But that's really it for now. Although it feels like I'm forgetting something. Hold on, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, where are my Gen 4 remakes?